This week on Ace on the House.
So I would say you can get a good hand brush, like a good brush at the one that Cinderella would use to do the floor.
Yeah. Make sure it's kind of soft though. You don't want too much of a stiff bristle because you'll fuck up the car.
How would that work out today? Like super hot blonde just floating around the house, and you just walk away and you go, "I want you to clean all the fireplaces and scrub the floors," and then you leave. Like she'd be like, "Fuck you, dude. I'm gonna fuck your best friend." The story would never work now. Would never fucking work.
Check out an all-new episode of Ace on the House this Saturday, or visit aceonthehouse.com, only on the Ace Broadcasting Network. You're listening to the Ace Broadcasting Network.
Hey, you guys. That was overly excited. I mean, I'm excited to be saying, hey, you guys, but I just heard myself say it, and it sounded a little much. I'm going to dial it back just a speck. Hey, you guys! I wanted to tell you the really good news, which is that we now have an official email address, so you can officially email the show. Grab your favorite pencil or your favorite pen, or even a pencil or pen that you don't like as much as your favorite if you're like me and you keep losing your favorite writing implement or tool. You could even grab a lip liner or whatever you have on hand. Anything that could make a mark on something. A crayon. Sure, you could grab a crayon. Yeah, whatever. I'm not going to be a stickler about it. Get out your, you're probably listening to this on your phone. So you could get out a tablet of sorts and write down this bad boy, ARIYNBF at adamcarolla.com. Here it comes. It's coming again. ARIYNBF, that's Alison Rosen, your new best friend, ARIYNBF at adamcarolla.com. And in case you don't know how to spell Adam's name, which a lot of people don't, it's ADAMCAROLLA.com. And so you could send us questions, suggestions, tips, recipes, pictures of your dogs or ducklings, puppies preferably. Although if your dog is cute and full grown, that's fine. You could send us that. You could send us sombrero topics. We're running a little low on those. And anything else you would like to send us. I'm going to have to tell you, though, it's not going straight to me. It's going through a series of email screeners. So do with that what you will. I'm laughing because Gary's laughing. And he has an infectious laugh. I'm looking at him through a little window. It's like I'm in jail and he's come to visit me. So anyway, you guys, please enjoy this show and feel free to email us. My guest on this show is musician and all-around funny guy and old friend of mine, Matt Nathanson. And please rate it highly as you have been doing on iTunes, because that helps keep it up high in the charts, and leave a comment. And just go on being your awesome selves. I love you. Bye.
Alison Rosen is your new best friend. Alison, with her the good times never end. Alison Rosen, doing the wavy pencil dance again. Alison's your new best friend.
Hey everyone, hi, hello, it is me, Alison Rosen. Welcome to Alison Rosen's Your New Best Friend. My guest today is an old friend of mine. That actually makes it sound like my show is something where it's just like friends and old friends, but it's not. Sometimes I talk to people I don't like at all. But anyway, my guest today is someone I've known for a long time and someone that I think America is getting acquainted with, Matt Nathanson. He's a musician, and he keeps sniffing the microphone.
Smells strange but sexual.
Like someone stuck it up there something or other?
No, I don't know what it is. It just has a musk to it.
Well, they've recently been washed in soap. I don't know what it was that was
I'm turned on by clean.
And so is the microphone
So that's probably
working
it.
for you
If
or
you
not?
use Dawn, I might have I might get an erection from Dawn.
Do you find yourself doing dishes all the time?
You have no idea. Bring me to your house.
Like what a clean
There's websites for my fetish.
dish dicks.
Dish fetish.
Dish and dicks.
Yeah, dish and dicks.
That sounds like something that women would do on a talk show.
Dish and dicks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it sounds like Hoda and Anne Marie there would do it during their drinking. What is that show?
Hoda and Kathy Lee?
Yes.
But Hoda and Anne Marie would also be a good
Yeah,
show.
that sounds a little bit like a quilting circle.
Exactly.
like
So today has been a crazy day so far because we're here at Ace Broadcasting, and on the Adam Carolla show, we just switched studios, but Matt and I are right now in the old studio, and there was just a lot of rushing around and a lot of like moving things back and forth and turning things on, and poor Gary had to do a lot of plugging things in. Say hi, Gary.
Hi guys, sorry, I lagged. My bad.
Oh no, it's okay.
You looked
It's also my bad.
Strong when you were doing it.
Looks can be deceiving.
Yeah, he was jello inside. Yeah, and during all that, Matt said to me, "What's going on? You seem a little tight."
Yeah, you seemed tight to me.
And
usually
brittle?
No, not brittle, just tight.
Okay.
And usually you're a looser you.
Well, thank you, because you've known me for a long time.
A long time. I
In
knew
my
you
looser days, perhaps.
back in the loose days. That's what we called them.
Right. So, but I made a note here that I wanted to ask you about your hearing, because during the sound check, you just kept wanting them to turn it up.
I don't hear very well.
Yeah. And
Well, I hear well at loud volumes.
Right, which is the same as not hearing very well.
Ah, yes.
That's like saying, like, I see things really well when they're right in front of my eyeballs.
Yeah, I'm a little deaf.
When did that happen?
Folk rock really can just
I was
wear you
gonna say,
down.
it's weird because
It's tough
people-
being this aggressive.
Yeah, let's describe your music for the for the people who may not know who you are.
I'm 6 feet tall.
Okay, keep going.
Catholic Jewish descent.
Okay. You used to have long hair.
I had real long. I look like an ugly woman.
It's true.
I had beautiful hair, and then when I lived in France, French men would say, "Salut, madame," and then I'd turn, and they'd be like, "Ooh, monsieur."
Did any of them become more excited when you turned around?
No, I didn't see any. You can tell in the eyes usually.
Right.
Most of the eyes
Was
went.
fear.
They went dead.
When did you live in France?
I was in high school.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So you, wait, no, I feel like we need to say who you are now. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
we'll say who you were back when. Okay. So you are, you're a guitar player. You're almost like a modern troubadour, if you will.
A modern troubadour, a hardcore troubadour.
I mean, back when I'm jumping around already. Back when I used to see you perform at the Motley, which was the coffee house on the campus.
Yeah,
of
let's say how we know each other.
Scripps. Yeah, we went to college. We went to college not together, but
You went to the
I went to
college
Pomona
that the
College.
intelligent people went to.
And you went to the one that the ugly women went to, Pitzer.
I had very good-looking women at my school.
You described yourself as an ugly woman.
I was an ugly woman, but we went to sort of the alternative of the Claremont, which is east of Los Angeles,
Yes,
right?
that is correct.
It's 5 college
It's
system.
a consortium.
It is.
That's what they call it.
It is a
It shares a
consortium.
library.
Shares a library, and you can eat at any of the dining halls, but you
Yes.
graduate from separate colleges.
That's right. And you take the majority of your classes at separate colleges.
Yeah, but
Although you
you
can
can take
classes
them anywhere else, yeah.
Did you take advantage of that?
I did. I took a ton of classes at Pomona, your
That's
school.
right. Yeah, you had
English
a poetry class,
and
an English
poetry.
class with one of my friends.
Yeah.
She had a crush on you.
Where was she?
She's probably right there, staring at your hair and your clawed out ring.
Yeah, she was like this. She was like, "Oh, I'd like to condition that hair."
Did you not condition?
I didn't do. You can't when your hair is that long and you have that much of it. Mm-hmm. You can't really wash it all that often.
You can actually.
No, because then it gets what I like to
Dry
call the
and-
Jewish afro.
Oh,
The
that's what you were.
Jaffro.
That's what you were
I was fighting the Jaffro.
Okay, well that makes sense.
And when it's that long, you look You look like you were in the band Stryper,
yeah.
like the guitar player Oz Fox.
Did you get it trimmed sometimes?
Occasionally, you trim the dead ends. You know what I'm saying? You don't want paralysis of the hair.
No, who would want that?
No, you don't want dead, frozen.
I mean, I never considered it before, but who would want that?
Nobody. I mean, some people probably, but not me. No
No.
way. I wanted healthy.
Right.
I wanted flowing, healthy vines. So,
Yeah, so we went to
Yeah.
college
We went to college
together,
together.
essentially.
and then we knew each other because you didn't like my music, but you loved my friend Michael Park's music. He had a band called Sages of Memphis.
Okay, half of that statement is true.
And you used to go see
I
them
did
all
not-
the time. And
I
I would be
did.
like, Allison, do you want to come see my show? You'd be like, I can't right now.
I'd be like, why don't you open for them? And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
I'll be there.
Can you play Sages of Memphis covers?
That's not true.
It's okay. I took it
That's
in.
not true.
I internalized it, and therapy has helped me work through it.
Were any of the albums about it? Because that would be interesting.
Most of my songs are about me coming to terms with the fact that you never came to see me play the coffee house on our campus.
That's not true. I have a very distinct memory of seeing you at the Motley.
One memory. I played there every week.
You did not.
I did, but you only went once.
You did not play there
Like,
every week.
I don't want to dredge this up because the pain, it's starting to overtake.
I have consolidated my memories into one wonderful memory.
Yeah, of us hanging out and music playing.
I remember dragging you to some concert,
What show did we go to?
some shitty band where I had a crush on the guy in the band. That could be anyone, really.
You really have
But-
consolidated these memories. You're like, it was the Monkees. I was 6. It's like, no. Well,
I think it was down in Orange County, maybe.
we went and saw.
And
Oh, that's great.
we were listening to Sunny Day Real Estate on the way.
Dude, it sounds like we had an awesome time.
I think we did.
Let's see.
See, we've had good memories.
Oh, it's all coming back.
I feel like a lot of the memories, though, were us like debating or arguing, and I don't know why. Because you seem like a non-contentious guy.
Yeah. I'm very easygoing. That's what people say about me, and as are you. So together, it's. I don't
Right.
understand how that could have happened.
It's weird.
Two easygoing people like ourselves.
Well, so anyway, at the Motley, when I would see you every week, it was you and an acoustic guitar. But now your sound has morphed a bit, and you've added people.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people.
Right? How many of them?
There's 4 now.
4 whole people.
Yeah.
You're one of them.
I'm the 5th person.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's like Sly and the Family Stone.
So you play the oboe,
No, the harp.
the harp,
I'm a mean harp player.
and also the guitar.
Yeah, harp and guitar.
Lead guitar.
Lead rhythm guitar.
Lead rhythm. Okay.
Yeah, I'm the main rhythm
Okay.
guitar.
And then, but I'm just thinking this extra person is also a guitar.
There's another guy in there that plays guitar.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bass player. We have a keyboard player and a drummer.
Ooh, a keyboard player.
Oh, yeah.
That's a real full sound.
It's zany.
Oh my God. Okay. And you were just on Dancing with the Stars,
Yeah,
performing with the woman from Sugarland.
yeah.
And before that, I was watching The Bachelor, and you were on The Bachelor,
This
not
is like-
competing for love.
This is your life right here. I'm remembering things. The Bachelor.
It's like this is your recent few months.
This is your recent
Yeah.
past.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Bachelor. I was on The Bachelor. We were essentially fluffing 2 people.
Yes.
It was like
What was that experience like?
It was weird, man. 2 people coming together that don't know each other, that are gonna fake love each other, and then it's our job to play music for them to like heavy pet to.
Right.
That's a once in a lifetime experience.
Did you feel good about
magical.
yourself?
I don't think I was it was really I was in the service of them.
Right.
So really, was I thinking about myself? No, I was thinking, how do I get him to be more aggressive in the way he touches her ass? Maybe we should lean into this song a little. Mm-hmm. And then it was like, this feels like a tender moment. Let's step back.
Were you really in the service of their burgeoning faux relationship, or were you
Oh,
in
yeah.
the service of the network?
Burgeoning
Creating.
faux relationship. 100%. It was my job to like,
You're like a conductor of love.
yeah, I was the fluffer. If their nipples were hard, you know what I mean? Like, it was my job to
Right.
get their situations all ready.
And this was at some kind of vault in San Francisco, a bank.
Yeah, in a
train
bank
station?
vault, underground.
There
No,
was
it was at
a
City Hall.
venue near where we went to college called the Vault in Pomona.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that I didn't even know I remembered that.
I don't remember that. I saw Beck play down at the coffee
I
shop.
went with you.
Oh,
See, another memory. That's 3.
that's incredible.
Isn't that weird?
It's all
we
coming
saw
back.
What was the name of that coffee place?
It was called, it had just opened. It was called, I don't
was
know.
in
but
Pomona.
The dude that ran it was in a wheelchair.
Okay.
And that's all I know, really.
At least you know that.
I remember the important things. We went and saw Beck.
Yeah, because it was a part of Orpheus, which was that bringing music to campus thing.
Yep.
It was you and me and
Mike Lynn.
Mike Lynn And who else is
Well, I
involved
don't
in
know, but
that?
this is
this
kinda
probably,
awesome.
This is probably fascinating to the listeners.
They're like, that's great. Mike who? Come on.
I know.
Like that dude who tweeted today. You have some fun fans.
Oh, the which dude?
The guy
who
that
tweeted?
said, ask, you tweeted.
Oh, if you're a dick?
Yeah, they said, you tweeted out and said, hey, any questions for Matt? And this guy said, yeah, is he such a dickhead as I think he is?
Yeah, and then you said, come on by and you'll see that I am. But then a bunch of your fans were like, no, he's the nicest celebrity ever.
Oh, takes away from my wanting to kick that dude's teeth in.
Yeah, do the negative tweets get to you? This is a theme.
They don't get
on
to
my
me, but like
show.
when somebody's that stupid, is he that big of a dick? I mean, like, I don't know, dude. Come down and I'll show you what a dickhead is. Like, I will fucking hit you with mine. I'll like indent your forehead with my fucking helmet.
It'll be like a little mushroom shaped
Yeah, I'll just fucking,
indentation.
I'll beat you down
or
and, then,
large mushroom.
and I'll make
a
you
portobello
kiss
sized.
it. I'll make you kiss my fucking dickhead. Yeah, so that was good. So he, that was fun.
See, I do have fun fans.
Yeah, that guy was super fun.
Yeah.
He had like, he was good. The good people.
Yes. Exactly. I don't know now. See, right now I'm trying to figure out: do we talk more about The Bachelor? Do we talk more about?
I'm still trying to figure out the name of that coffee
college?
shop in college.
Do we talk about the haters on Twitter and whatnot? 'Cause
Just
I have a
go,
lot of
just
thoughts
go.
with that.
I'm here for you. Just
No,
run with it.
I don't want to talk to you. I just want to list all the things we could talk
Oh,
about.
okay. Sorry.
So let's talk more about The Bachelor, just for a minute.
Yeah,
Because
dude.
that show. How did you get involved in playing on air?
They called. They were super nice,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, "Does Matt want to play The Bachelor?" During one of the dates,
Right.
and I said, "Yeah."
Do you watch that show?
I am so not the guy that watches that show.
No, because you like Northern Exposure.
I
That
do
was your
love.
favorite
I do
show
love Northern
in
Exposure.
school. See, I remember. You think that I only had eyes for Stages of Memphis, but
I
you're
know.
wrong.
If I had known, then I would have let my Allison songs out of the bag. Instead, I kept them. I repressed them.
Yeah, where are they?
They're dead to me. But now I'm thinking about exhuming them.
Please do.
Yeah. So The Bachelor, I've never watched The Bachelor. And then the other night I was on Dancing with the Stars, another show that I've never watched. And both of them were totally fun and strange and wonderful. A lot like what I'm assuming a peyote trip in the desert would be like.
Have you never done that? Did you never go out to J Tree? That's what they called it when we were.
I
in
did go out to
Claremont.
J Tree, but I didn't do peyote.
What did you do?
I just got naked with Scarth and Mark Moore, and we just kind of walked around.
You went out to Joshua Tree. You got naked, and you weren't on drugs.
No.
Okay.
I
How
don't
was
do-
that?
I've never done drugs.
That's right.
Yeah,
You've never done any drug.
never. I mean, like, if I take an antihistamine, I'm whacked.
Well, what kind are you taking?
I feel
Because
like
some of them make you more drowsy
There's
than others.
there's one that's like, I feel like a glacier melting. Anytime I take something that's supposed to help me, I usually feel a little bit like my arms aren't attached.
What do you do for menstrual cramps?
I just work through those.
Mm-hmm.
You can make them glorious if you just accept.
Hang on one second, because Gary seems to be telling me something, and I think that it involves that I'm too much on the mic. I need to lower the mic. What's going on here?
You need to bring the mic down just a bit.
Oh. I hope people haven't not been able to hear my precious words.
Oh no, they've been able to hear it, but Matt's just a little bit clearer, so I want to.
Oh, you know why?
out.
You know
Oh.
why that is? Because he's a
Oh,
professional,
shit.
loud person.
I didn't want to say it, but I was feeling way clearer than you.
That's why you made us have that super long, extra Matt-centric sound check.
Yeah.
Could I get a little more of me in the mic and a little less of No, this is Matt. Could I get a little more of me and a little less of Allison?
Yeah. I was like, can you turn her down?
Right.
Please, for the love of God, turn her down.
My sense of acoustics make me feel like Allison. I feel like you'd be best if you were a few feet outside of the studio.
Yeah, Allison, can you go down and get us a Starbucks and talk from there?
Sure. I'll call and let you know what I had to say.
I'd called into you once before when you.
You did. I know. When I was doing my show in New York.
Yeah.
You've always been there for me, Matt.
Allison,
Yep.
I'm the wind. I'm the Titanic. You know what I'm saying? I'm the wind beneath your Titanic.
Thank you.
What?
What? Did you know that Kate Winslet hates the Celine Dion song? Evidently, I read it on my iPad this morning.
I love Kate Winslet, so anything she hates, I hate.
You read it this morning? That's very timely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
How
think
did it
she
take her
just
so
said
long
it.
to say that?
I think she was waiting until.
Yeah, it got like a statute of limitations was up.
Yeah, maybe. Much like who was it? Someone else just distanced themselves from. I know. Richard Gere just said See, I'm super newsy. Richard Gere just said that he thought that Pretty Woman sucked.
I watched Pretty Woman the other day, and I have to tell you, there were aspects of it that were amazing, and there were aspects of it that were really terrible. And then I can't believe he got a prostitute for $3,000 for the week, and she looked like
Yeah.
Julia Roberts. I don't know at what point in the history of the world's oldest profession that you can
Right.
get a prostitute for $3,000 for the week in Los Angeles that looks like Julia Roberts.
How much do you feel like one should go for?
I'm assuming more.
Yeah.
I watch television, I see movies, I read. I would think more.
I don't know, because I feel like it's not necessarily always rich people who are buying whores.
Yeah, but ones
But
that
you
look
probably
like Julia
get-
Roberts,
right,
I
you
think.
get what you pay
It's
for.
definitely a tier system.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Just one of the many things that was unbelievable about that movie.
Ugh, unbelievable about that movie.
Just one more Bachelor thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
What-
my God. Yeah, I think somebody in this room of two people is obsessed a little bit with The Bachelor.
I'm a little bit obsessed with The Bachelor.
That dude is significantly better looking than he looks on television.
That's what I wanted to know. What is the deal
And
with Ben
that
Flajnik?
girl,
Now, that was the date with, what's her name?
blonde girl. Blonde.
Lindsay.
So
spelled in a
she
fucked up way.
looked awesome on television and looked very normal in person.
I would agree with that, except I don't think she looked awesome on television. Her
Well,
skin was the wrong color for
I-
her face and teeth.
Whoa. That's awesome. I don't think you've thought much about this. So she looked
She looks like an orange with giant teeth and like yellow hair.
That's what happens when you haven't, she looked like a tumor growing inside somebody that you take out and there's hair and teeth if you've let it grow. Is that what you're saying?
She looked like a human dermoid tumor. I would never say something that mean.
I feel
no,
bad for her.
I don't feel like she looked,
was very
no.
nice. And when they groped,
I
they
don't think
groped
she-
with the utmost confidence.
That what? It was going to be on air?
I have no idea. But he was much better looking than he came off on television. He looked a little bit wet on television, like
Yes.
he was birthed from the
He looked like he
tauntaun or
just
something.
hatched, yeah.
yeah, like he'd shot out the back of
Right.
a. But in person, he was
yolk on
buff
him.
and he was handsome. All
Okay.
good.
Yeah, he was. This was a very unlikable season, I must say.
Ugh,
I had trouble.
And I was
know
on
that.
the unlikable season.
See, there she is. What's going on? She's
There's a
very,
picture of her.
Very orange.
She definitely looks like she's been to the. I mean, she's attractive. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay.
She's more attractive. That's a bit of a busted shot. But when I saw a clip, she looked good. Way to go, Lindsay. Did she win?
She did not, but she did make it. Was she the second runner-up? Yes, she made it to Vienna, and she had her heart stopped.
Wait, so instead of the tiers are different parts of the world. So instead of silver, bronze, silver, gold, it's
No.
it's like Frankfurt, Vienna,
Well,
Paris.
they don't put it that way. It's more like you made it to the date where you're expected to have sex with him in the fantasy suite.
They had sex already, for sure.
Oh, how do you know? From the
You
confident
can tell.
groping?
Yeah. They groped with a confidence that said to me, I've seen this penis and I've seen this vagina, as if both of them were talking to each other. I've seen you before,
Mm-hmm.
friend. Good to see you again, friend. Let's
Is it their genitals that
play
we're
it
talking?
coy. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I learned how to speak genital back in college. It was a language I
That's
took
where
at
your
Pomona.
music- Pomona would have never had a class like that. Scripps might have, though. Or Pitzer, actually.
Genital.
Yeah, I feel
Learn
like.
to speak genital.
Right. Representations of modern genitals and genital discourse would
Yeah.
have been some kind of class
Yep.
that we would have had there. So back when I used to see you at the Motley, oh wait, no, we already went over how you fleshed out your sound, but also you
Is
were
it
able
fleshed out my
or
sound? Or
flushed
flushed out my
That's
sound?
I wondered
It's a
that as I
question
said
I've
it.
always had.
I don't know. Does Gary know?
Gary, fleshed or flushed?
Flushed or flushed?
I've always
I think
wondered
it's
that,
flushed.
too.
You know
not
what?
sure.
I'm gonna
Let's
say
look it
like
up.
you could flush out your dead Allison songs, but you could flesh out a sound.
Okay.
I'm gonna
The Ultranet is confirming what you're saying.
okay. Thank you, Gary
Wow.
and Internet.
How about there's some sort of horse thing that changes too when you say
Beating a dead horse.
champing at the
champing at the bit or chomping.
Champing.
I think it's champing.
Yeah, isn't that awesome?
Yeah, Adam had one. When you go to get an old-fashioned shave, let's say.
Yeah.
And they sharpen the razor on a strop.
Not a strap.
No, it's a strop.
Nice.
what the hell is it? I mean, why though?
Do you know, it's like,
Why must they do that?
have you ever been to different parts of the country? Like, say, you go to Reno and you're signing an autograph, and someone says to you, you say, "What's your name?" And they say, "Rebecca." And you say, "Okay," and you start to write it, and they go, "No, it's not spelled like that. It's ReaBeBBKAH." And you're like, "That's not how you spell it." And it's like, "That's how
Right.
my parents spelled it." So strop is a similar thing. It's a little pretentious.
Strop's parents. Poor Strop.
Strop didn't know.
I know.
It's not Strop's fault.
So back then, you were able to move about without a whole bunch of fans trying to get a piece of you and just trying to get in your face and be like, "Oh, Matt, look, we took this photo at your last show, and I made a framed copy for you, blah, blah, blah." And then I've told this story before, but not on this podcast. I don't know where I've told it. Maybe I just told it to my friends. But then, okay, so then we graduated back in the 90s, late 90s.
Late
Mid.
90s. It was pretty early. 94? 95?
I was 97. To me, I'm rounding up. That's late.
Oh, yeah. Okay. 90.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a little younger than you, but I'm old. So anyway, we graduated, and then I moved to New York after a little while, and I feel like we kept in touch, but we weren't in that great touch. And then you were playing at the Knitting Factory, and I went to try to go see you at the Knitting Factory, and thinking that it would just be kind of like the Motley, but at the Knitting Factory in New York. And lo and behold, it was sold out.
Right.
And I think I got in touch with you, and I was like, I'm trying to get back there. And then I think you came out and got me. And it took us forever to get from where we were standing to the backstage because you were a superstar. And it was like overnight, except obviously it wasn't overnight. So what the hell happened?
Every day.
How did that happen?
Waking up this famous.
Yeah, what's it like?
Every day is a burden. I mean,
Because you're a million times more famous now than you were when I'm talking about the Knitting Factory. You wouldn't even play a small dive like the Knitting Factory.
it takes
now.
me so long to get to the people that dress me in the morning now.
Right.
Not to mention that the jet, I mean, it's brutal.
Yeah.
Just being this, I mean, it's a weight. It's a curse. It's like a Bobby Brady tiki necklace curse. Yeah.
Do you ever just wish you could be anonymous? For a
I
day?
just every day I wake up and I'm like, please let me just be mad again. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not this epic, famous person. Yeah. Oof.
Right.
But then,
Not
but then
Matt
once
in
they
all
start
caps.
loofahing me up, you know, because I have my team of people
Right.
who loofah. Once that happens, then it's like I'm like, oh, I like being this famous. Yeah.
But really,
I'm serious.
when did you acquire your first loofah?
I got one early, but you spend your money where you need your money spent. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
even though I could-
Exfoliation was a priority
yeah,
for you.
Yeah, I didn't eat. Most people say I ate ramen. You know, I didn't even eat ramen. I just had an exfoliator, and then I would eat a little bit of his sandwich, just once a day.
Did he eat something off of a focaccia? Because I feel like that's what someone who loofah'd would do.
Yeah, no, that's a little bit. That bread is too bulky. He was watching his figure, so
Oh.
he was doing kind of a pita thing back then.
That's smart.
Yeah, hell of a guy.
What's his name?
He doesn't like me to. Phil.
Okay.
Phil. Hey, Phil.
So really, though, I see you're dodging this question of how did you become this overnight success where it took him.
I'm
a
not
bunch of
dodging it.
years.
It's just like not really a question. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
it is.
not really.
What happened? When did you all of a sudden become super famous?
I don't think it ever. It hasn't happened yet.
Well, you've toured relentlessly.
Yes, so people know me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like saying your mailman's famous. He's not famous, but if you saw him at a supermarket, you'd be like, Mike, mailman, Mike. And then if he was everybody's mailman, he might have trouble getting to the cereal.
So that's a great analogy.
Yeah, I'm a mailman.
So you feel like you've personally delivered your songs.
Oh, my seed.
To everyone.
I don't call them my songs. I've delivered my seed. Yeah, I've spread it about. A cannon, my urethra cannon, has shot my seed into the faces of many people.
It's like reverse bukkake. You've individually
Dude.
come on like a myriad faces.
Dude,
You're one guy coming all over everyone's
Let's
face.
talk about reverse bukkake.
Okay.
Because like if you took it if you just rewound it and watched it on, that
Yes.
would be awful and awesome.
Well, you were saying
I'm not a bukkake fan, but I can
in
get
terms
behind
of what
anything.
you watch or do.
Either.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Either.
I'm just asking the question.
Seems like a waste to me.
Because you could be.
You never know what you could be doing. That's just a lot of. You know what I'm saying?
I don't actually, but I'd like to.
It's a waste. It's a waste.
Of semen
Potentially.
or of effort,
It's not
Or
very
of-
much effort.
precision.
It's a waste of your precision as a lover. Lover of precision.
Okay.
So anyway,
So
so
you
to
don't-
answer your question, I don't know when it happened, but it's fun that people recognize me now, and I appreciate it. And I had an experience when I was a kid when Tracy Chapman was at the LaSalle Music in Boston, and I was going to see her play 2 weeks later at the. She was living in Boston at the time, and I was going to go see her at Symphony Hall, and I did go see her at Symphony Hall, but I walked up to her because I really wanted to say hi to her. She was very famous at the time, and she had no time for me, and her assistant person got between she and I said, I just want to tell her that I'm a huge fan. I'm going to see her at Symphony Hall. She goes, I'll tell her. And I said, well, she's right there. I can go tell her. She goes, I'll tell her. And so I didn't get to speak to Tracy Chapman. And it was that moment that I said, if anybody ever comes up to me and says, thank you for delivering your seed in an airport or anywhere, that I would not Tracy Chapman them. No, I wouldn't.
Excuse me, I was taking a sip of something.
Not only were you taking a sip of something, but is that sparkling water?
It is. This came up on the most recent podcast. Yes.
Why did you? Do you ever get burps?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. How do you?
I sure do.
Can I tell you something about
Please,
myself?
yeah.
Every time I have to burp on stage in the middle of a song, every time, like Pavlov's dog, my brain immediately thinks, what would happen if Bryan Adams had to do this? I swear to God.
That's weird.
Every time. And I drink sparkling water before I go on stage, so I often have to burp. And Bryan Adams is in my consciousness way too much. But I don't know why I think of him. Also, when I mow the lawn, I think of Adam from Maroon 5. Every time.
You do not.
I swear. I never told him that, but I can. But I was always a little bit. I don't want to say Adam. I think about you when I cut the grass, but I do. I have no idea why. Really weird. Those two things: Bryan Adams and burps, Adam Levine and gardening.
I mean, I'm impressed that you mow a lawn.
Yeah. Are you kidding? How do you,
I don't know. You have lawns in San Francisco?
The jet doesn't fuel itself. I mow everybody's lawn.
You don't have one that you don't. Wait, do you actually have a lawn?
I do. I have a big backyard lawn.
Where aren't you in San Francisco?
Yeah, big. I guess big for San Francisco.
Are you in? Wait, do you say what neighborhood you're in, or are your?
Yeah, Bernal Heights. I got to represent Bernal Heights.
Yeah, you do.
Bernal. We have.
Wait, is it like Bernal Heights?
Yeah. What does that mean? Two people
Like
saying
Marco
this thing?
Polo.
Oh. How was I supposed to get that? You're like Bernal Heights. Oh, now it makes sense. But at the time you did it, that could have been anything. You could have been.
This is what I hear. How am I supposed to get this obvious thing? You're just like, obvious thing, obvious thing.
I know.
I hear what I want to hear, though. So I have something to say that's similar to Adam Levine and Bryan Adams for you, which is that years ago, like before I even knew you, I was talking to my friend Katie, and we were lamenting, and this shows what a couple of cool, popular girls we were. We were lamenting the fact that when someone says sneeze, you say bless you. But what do you say when they cough? No one says anything when you cough. So I don't know how we decided that what you should say was thumb dick. I think we had just seen a movie where someone called
Thumb dick?
Yeah, we'd seen a movie where someone called someone a thumb dick, and it just the way they said it, the timing made us laugh so much that
That rules.
yeah. Okay. So thank you.
Thumb dick. It is from here on out.
Well,
You've poisoned the thumb dick.
Here's the thing, though.
I like
It
that.
was frog in my throat. What do you say when someone has that happening?
You fucking prick. Did you say that to them?
No.
No.
Toe
No.
penis?
Toe penis.
No, let's not come up with anything new because we
Electric
never.
hopscotch pussy. You yell that when they.
That is, I like that. I mean, I just like that in general.
Yeah. I've
the
always
notion
wanted to
of
have a
it,
band.
Yeah.
I wanted to have a band called Hopscotch Pussy. I thought that would be
That's
awesome.
good. What kind of band would it be though? Like
It doesn't
Chuck Berry
matter.
style.
Oh, no, I don't know.
I feel like that's.
It could be like a minstrel, like a '60s folk, like minstrel Kingston trio.
Oh, ooh, that's good.
Hopscotch
That's-
pussy.
Yeah, that's really good. Anyway, it was just a joke for, I don't know, like an hour or something, where when someone would cough, we'd say thumb dick. However, ever since then, like years and years and years, whenever I cough or hear someone cough, my brain automatically, thumb dick.
Thumb dick. Oh, that's great.
It has followed me.
Yeah, well,
For
because you
years.
created it. It's essentially your child. And it will
This
follow
was
you
my legacy,
until you
yes.
pay for its college.
Right. And then the other thing was last night, I read a tweet. It was actually Mike Lynch who was saying that he and Adam were leaving somewhere, and Ace of Base was blaring.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I consciously thought to myself, oh, thank God I can't remember what the Ace of Base song is.
I
blah,
saw
blah,
the
blah.
sign.
Well, okay, but I didn't think I could remember. And then, like, 5 minutes later, I was thinking about something else, and all of a sudden, it just started playing in my head, that song, and I was thinking, it's weird. Our brains really are like computers. Like, I was not at all aware that some part of my brain was still working on Ace of Base.
Are you saying that your brain saw the sign?
Yes, I am.
That is heavy.
I'm going to keep clearing my throat because it's an abrasive and yet attractive
Toe
sound.
dick. Is that what you say?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's pull up. You know what, though? See, okay, we do Just Me or Everyone on this show, which is where people share things where they wonder, is it just me or everyone? And they tweeted a bunch of them. And we have the questions they tweeted. So we're going to figure out whether they're freaks or not. But I still feel like we haven't,
Cracked the code.
gotten to the heart of who
Come
you
on,
are.
bring it, Rosen.
And your career and such. Because
It's
you
a
have a
rags
new
to
album
riches
out.
tale.
When did Modern Love come out?
June of last year.
Right. So it's brand new. And
Yeah.
that was your first studio album in 4 years, though. Is that right?
Yeah.
Because you were just wringing out the fame from the last one.
When it rains down like that, you got to catch all the
You're just-
water.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you don't know when the drought's going to hit.
What do you catch it in?
A big bucket,
Smart.
smart bucket.
Yeah. All right.
So, yeah, no,
and
being
now
famous-
you're touring and such.
Yeah. So I tour. I'm famous. Every day is a struggle to be incognito
Right.
in a world where I'm everywhere.
This is what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I'll keep telling you about it. I sleep with starlets,
Okay.
and I've fathered almost like an entire NFL league in terms of children, just like the number. How many teams in the NFL, times the players, I mean, I've had a lot of kids. And I just do drugs, and it's just joy all the time.
And Taylor Swift wrote some song lyrics of yours on her arm.
Yeah, she did it a couple times.
Were you insulted that she didn't tattoo them?
I don't think she's made the decision yet. You know what I'm
is she
saying? A
giving it a
tattoo's
trial
like
run?
a permanent thing. So I bet
Okay.
she's just kind of ramping up to it.
How do you know this? And what did she write?
Somebody sent me a thing on the Twitter
Okay.
and said Taylor Swift had your lyrics. And then there's a whole website where Taylor Swift's lyrics that she wrote on her arm are there. It's called like Taylor Swift's lyrics on her arm.com. And she is apparently a fan, and she wrote the lyrics to 2 of my songs on her arm at 2 different times.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's flattering.
Have you ever met her?
I have not. I was at the Country Music Awards, and she was there, but I did not meet her. I didn't.
Would you like to? I
At
have-
some point.
Yeah, I have no say over this, but I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, I mean, she seems nice, doesn't she?
She does seem nice.
She seems nice. I like her songs.
She seems older than she is.
When you're as old as me, we've already decided that I'm older than you. When you
Yeah.
get to be my age, 63, you know, they all just seem real young. You know what I'm saying? 63 years old. I mean,
Like you see a 40-year-old and you're just like,
and like whippersnapper.
Yeah.
That's what I call him. Whippersnapper.
oh, Gary has pulled up.
Yeah, in Brisbane, she had the lyric, she said, "Watch your back, I'm nobody's girlfriend." That was in Brisbane, Australia, March 6th. And then she was in New Jersey, and she had, I have a song called Queen of Knots. And the middle 8 in Queen of Knots says, "You're someone else's baby. Yeah, you're someone else's crazy now." And she wrote, you're someone else's crazy now on her arm.
Did you date a crazy woman?
There's just crazy people that you commit yourself to that are wacky.
But see, you, and if this gets too personal, you just, I don't do whatever you have to do.
I just start peeing on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm like, that's the international sign for too personal.
Yeah. You met the person that you married like pretty young, and you guys have been together for a long time. And I'm always amazed by people who realize at a young age. I mean, it wasn't that young, but still younger than for a lot of people. You're still in your teenage years. Teens. I'm always amazed by people who can find the person that they think is their soulmate that young and then grow with them. How the hell do you do that?
It was not a lot of my own doing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Like she was the one who...
I kind of stumbled upon greatness, and it took a while to figure it out. And then you figure it out, and then it's great.
Oh, see, I didn't know that it took a while to figure it out.
It always takes a while.
It should. I mean, you would think it would.
To figure it out, yeah. I know it took me a long time to figure out what's important. And then you figure it out, and then it's great.
Like how long?
Long time.
Like a decade?
Plus a little more. You just figure it out. You're self-absorbed. You're a kid. You don't know.
Well, you were.
Yeah, I was a self-absorbed kid. Thanks.
But you managed
Allison.
to make it last
Thanks,
this whole time.
altruistic. Little Miss Gandhi.
But you made it last the whole time, so she's patient.
She is an exceptional human. Like, incredible foresight and patience. Yeah.
Well, congrats.
Thanks.
On not fucking it up.
It's because of my breakdancing background, right? In a breakdancing that you pass it to somebody else. You don't just hog it.
Right.
It's not like hacky sack.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Which I know you grew up.
Or ultimate frisbee, probably.
Or ultimate the frizz, as we call it.
Okay.
In breakdancing, it's a selfless stance. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're giving. You maybe do the caterpillar, and then you point, and then that other person does something to one up. And my history as a breakdancer has helped me with my relationships.
That makes no sense.
Okay, next question.
All right. Do you really break dance?
No. I had to go ask Mark Solomon, this kid that lived on my street, if he could teach me how to moonwalk.
And
he could moonwalk, but he's not a very good teacher. Mark Solomon.
If he's listening.
If he's listening, thanks a lot, Mark.
Yeah. All right, let's just mirror everyone. They're making okay, let's not do that just yet.
Oh, everybody's shaking their head.
Let's find out what's going on
I
from
like
Gary.
This.
Oh, you could just.
I think Gary's looking
or we could
at
do
dirty things on the computer.
I know. We could do the questions. Maybe we should do that because that's what's up on the screen.
How about that one guy that asked that question today? I liked him.
The dick?
Yeah, the dickhead guy.
Yeah. Gary, is it possible to make that any bigger? Because I can't see. Because that is small. Oh, goody.
I can read it.
You can?
Yeah.
Oh, here
Whoa,
we go.
it just got bigger.
It did.
Rub it
Oh, my
again,
God.
Gary. Rub it again. It's so big.
Okay. Do you see any up there? Or should you
Just
want me
go.
to choose one? Does
just-
Matt have any tattoos? If so, where and what?
I have a tattoo that I got when I was 15 in Pawtucket, Rhode Island from Norm, the racist Vietnam veteran. And he did it on my leg. Mm-hmm. He did it on my leg. He tattooed my leg. And it's a very personal tattoo that only my 15-year-old self and someone who sees me in very short shorts, like Reno 911 style, will know. So yeah, but I do have a tattoo. When I was a kid, I got it. I pierced my nose as well when I was 15 because of the band Skid Row. So it was 1988. Maybe I was a little older than that, 87. Mm-hmm. And I pierced my nose and I wore a chain between my ear and my nose. And in Boston, where I grew up, and in New Hampshire, where I went to high school, I was definitely made fun of by people. And in Boston, they would say things like, big, burly, like Boston dudes would be like, hey, you look fucking stupid with that. Maybe I should flush you. As if I were a pull toilet.
Right.
Yeah. Dude, you look fucking stupid with that. Man, you want me to flush you? Yeah. Why don't you take that off? I'll rip it off your face. So that was how that worked. Tattoo, nose ring.
How did you pierce your nose yourself?
I didn't do it myself. There was a
Oh.
guy named Tino in Santa Fe, New Mexico, who did it for me with a earring gun. And the first
Ooh.
15 years of maybe the first 12 years of having it, I had an earring in there, and people would grab your nose, and then the post from the earring would stab your.
Ouch.
It sucked.
How did your mom feel about all this?
She was not psyched on it.
I don't imagine she would be.
But you know what I'm saying? I was a persuasive kid.
You sold her on it?
I was also in boarding school. I never was home. I think I've been in boarding school since I was 8 or 9. So I didn't really, like, under her rules in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I was never really there.
How was being in boarding school that young? I imagine it would make you have to kind of become a tough, self-reliant kid.
It was terrible. Yeah. It was not fun.
Mm-hmm.
Not the way to do it, I don't think.
Why did she do it?
I don't know why they did it, but I think all parents are pretty limited. They do the
Yeah.
best that they can do at the time, and then that's what therapy's for. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do. Okay. Let's see here. Matt Nathanson.
You just read my own name on the
no.
at.
Okay. Well, this is a question for me. Do you have any footage from when you auctioned yourself off on eBay? Well, Brian and I do, actually. So what happened was Adam was going to New York to do
What?
Celebrity Apprentice.
What?
He's on Celebrity Apprentice.
The-
Well, he's been booted off already. But
I don't know
this
anything
past
about
season-
that show except
What channels does your television get?
that
Does
Meatloaf
it-
was on it, wasn't he?
Yes, but not this past
And
season.
that every clip I saw, he was crying like a third grader.
They always cry.
I don't know why.
Because Trump breaks them.
Oh my God, how fast would you hit that dude with a chair?
Trump?
Yeah.
Well, you think you'd hit him quickly, but according to Adam, and Adam's a pretty tough guy.
Yeah.
According to Adam, like the minute you're sort of in that situation, you just
Adapt.
You kind of buy in is a little too strong, but like they don't really have to
Stockholm
manufacture.
syndrome?
Yes. They don't really have to manufacture drama. It just is created in that situation.
When you're
It's
surrounded by
natural.
meatloaf, even the food meatloaf brings drama out of me. And I'm
Exactly.
gluten-free. And so you use gluten-free bread.
That explains why one of the questions that someone had was, can you give some advice on starting a gluten-free lifestyle?
Oh, now it's way easier. I started in 2003.
Why? What made you say goodbye to spelt?
Wait.
Or yes to spelt?
What?
I don't know. I just know spelt.
I just, my mother-in-law is a super progressive health person. And
Okay.
she usually calls these things about 5 years before they become the fad. And her thing was get out of the gluten, she said. And I got out.
Was it hard for you?
At first it
to
was,
say
yeah.
goodbye?
It took a while to part. I couldn't
And-
let go of its hand.
Right.
And then once I did, I've never looked back.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So what is spelt?
I don't know what spelt is.
Spelt is something.
It's belt with a SP instead of a B. It's like if
Yeah.
you lived in Modesto, you'd name your kid Spelt instead
Backwards,
of Belt.
it's tleps
Yeah.
instead of tleb.
Tleb, oh Tleb.
So anyway, when Adam was going to New York, we didn't know how long he was going to be gone for. So it's like, we're not going to have shows for a period of time. So Brian and I, that's Brian, the sound effects guy, we're talking, and I joked that I was going to go back to babysitting and other jobs that I'd had when I was, 12 or 13 or something.
You grew up here.
I grew up in Orange County.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
The
I sure
only
did.
bankrupt county wasn't it was a bankrupt county before that was cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the many reasons to love. Yeah, Gary's from Orange County as well.
Yeah. Did you guys go like hang and watch No Doubt play backyard parties and stuff when you were kids?
Well, no.
Did you walk into the spider web?
I did. I'm familiar with the Tragic Kingdom.
Oh, nice.
Something bathwater.
No,
It
that
was
was a
song with
record later.
bathwater.
That was the record
Yeah, I
later.
know. Okay, fine. I was trapped in a box.
Hello, Alice in Chains?
Hello, I loved Alice in Chains, and I had a sticker on my car, but no, Man in a Box. No, Man in a Box was Alice in Chains. Trapped in a Box was No Doubt when Eric Stefani was in the band.
Oh, you go deep. You go
I
way
go
back.
really.
You go
Gary knows this too. You can't come
pre-Simpsons.
from bankrupt Orange County without
yeah.
knowing this.
I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe in the way that you love No Doubt right now. I'm so on that train.
But, the first time I ever encountered No Doubt was when I saw a flyer at Pomona,
In
because they were playing
college.
Cal Poly Pomona,
Yeah.
and they used to play all the time. I wrote the first cover story in a national magazine about them. I used to write for all those magazines. I wrote the
remember.
first one, and I interviewed them at the Glass House in Pomona.
Yep.
That's where they were playing. She had just met, what's-his-nuts, Gavin Rossdale.
Oh. I don't know why I made that noise.
that sound?
But it felt so satisfying.
I know, it seemed
I'll
like
try
there
it
was a
again.
real story there.
It went-
She had just met Gavin Rossdale.
Oh, it didn't do as well.
First grunt is
I just
usually
sounded
the
like an
best.
elderly person.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. We had great bands that came to Claremont.
We really did.
I brought Ani DeFranco.
Oh, wow.
I brought, who else did we bring? Richard Thompson. Soundgarden played. Rage Against the Machine did their third show ever under our dining hall at Pitzer.
See,
and then
that was before I was there, I
their
think.
fifth show, it was Lollapalooza. So they were like amazing. Soundgarden during the
I didn't get to see them.
during the Bad Motorfinger tour right before they went on tour with Guns N' Roses. Tool played Harwood Halloween.
I feel like that was before me as well.
Oh.
Catherine Wheel played.
Yes, that was a couple of years after you.
Yeah.
After me, after them.
Yeah, I saw Catherine Wheel.
Ben lived in town.
Ben Harper.
I
Everyone liked
knew
Ben
him.
Harper. Everyone liked, remember Geggy Taw?
Yeah, Greg is a very famous producer. I see him quite a bit. He did the new Kelly Clarkson song. He did a bunch of stuff that's cool. He did the new Shins record.
I didn't know. What's his last name?
Kirsten. He's in The Bird and the Bee. Do you know that band?
Yes.
He's either the bird or the bee. He played keys on the Chili Peppers record. He produced a bunch of Kesha stuff. The
What
new
happened to
Tegan and
Ta?
Sarah. No, Ta. Tommy lives, I think, somewhere still in Pomona. Wild.
And the Mountain Goats were out there.
I see John all the time.
Okay.
He lives in North Carolina now. And
Enough
he's like
of the
famous.
memories.
He's famous, John Darnielle.
Like you.
Yeah, he's famous with the indie cool kids. It's great.
Yeah, what are you famous with?
Probably from my shortbread, in which I use spelt.
Okay.
Yeah. And scene.
No.
No?
No, we're I mean, we can be done with the spelt, but we have so much more to talk about.
Let's do this.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, I said to Brian that I was going to start babysitting again, and then I was like, wait a minute, we should like auction off, we'll babysit your kid or we'll walk your dog, and then we actually decided to do this, and so we auctioned off 5 odd jobs featuring us, and we flew to Colorado to babysit some kids.
Wait, did you pay for the flight?
No, they paid for it. That was part of the auction. It was
Whoa.
like you have to be LA based unless you're rich and insane.
That
We
ruled.
meant it was a joke though, and then someone up in Northern California had us make dinner for them.
What did
So-
you make? Where did they live?
San Francisco.
What part?
I don't know.
You didn't
It was like
even
a
call me.
numbered street, I think.
It's all numbers up there. You didn't even call me?
I was there for like 6 hours.
What did you make? And why didn't you stay longer?
Because we had to go to Colorado the next day.
Oh, you did them all in a row?
Yeah, it was like a tour.
Oh, that sounds awful.
It was.
When Colorado...
At the end of the day, when I looked at the money we made, that I had to split in half with Brian, I was like, next time I do this,
Oh, yeah. Next time I babysit your
higher
kid...
reserve and no Brian. I'm just kidding, Brian, if you're listening.
Wait, what did you cook, first of all?
I made the salad.
Oh,
And-
come on.
I made the dressing.
Brian
from
deserves
scratch.
more then.
He made pecan crusted tilapia.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
How about...
Oh, come on. All you do is dredge some fucking fish. I had to chop stuff and
Whatever.
mix stuff.
Whatever.
and
Moving on.
Toss.
And then in terms of the babysitting, were there 2 kids, 1 kid?
2 kids.
What part of Colorado?
Twins. Lion, I think.
Yeah.
I forget. No, Beaumont. No.
No.
Lion.
Okay.
I forget.
Yeah.
I think it was Lion.
And
They were really cute.
they were
really,
cute?
Really cute.
How old were
yeah.
they?
6
Both of them? They were
or
twins?
7. They were twins. Yeah.
Oh, that's
They
great.
were really cute. Or
Well,
5.
Congratulations. What was the other things you did? You auctioned off
We walked some dogs. They were really cute. We
In Los
washed
Angeles.
a car. Yeah.
in Los Angeles.
Yes, and we still have to mow a lawn.
I'll help you with that. I told you I'm good.
Where'd you learn?
It's a sort of... it was Asia.
Okay.
I climbed it was sort of like a Vision Quest thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end, they taught me how to mow.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next question
This one,
from Twitter.
I'm trying to read.
Q for Matt Nathanson. What is one of your best stories from a concert?
Oh, yeah. I like this one. I was at the concert
the
in Colorado where, I'll do it,
Okay.
where Matt fought a fan.
Yeah.
You fought a fan? What happened?
Well, I used to get into fights all the time.
So you were fractious and contentious and pugilistic and
Yes.
pugnacious.
Yes, and
Words.
yes.
Okay.
So I was in Colorado and somebody was flipping me off, and I told them, "Why don't they come up on stage and stop being a pussy?" And they did. They came close to the stage, and then we got into a fracas. And a lot of good stories on tour. How about that? That I often get into fights. I don't anymore, but back in the day, I did.
What changed?
I think the crowds got less combative, and I stopped touring with bands where the people hated me. In fact, in Denver at the Lion's Lair, I was on tour with John Doe. Mm-hmm. John Doe from the band X.
Yes, love him. We had him on the show.
He's a good man. So Jonathan and I were playing the Lion's Lair, and it was essentially a bar full of bikers. And this dude called me a faggot, and I told him again, why don't you fucking come say that to my face? And luckily the Lion's Lair was packed and they couldn't make it up. And John was watching from the wings with his band, ready to, but hoping he wouldn't have to, come out and save me from methed out bikers.
Mm-hmm. And you don't feel like that's your crowd?
No, I felt they were I do now, but then it was like, it was a struggle. They were getting to know me. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I remember talking to you, and you were saying that, like, the crowd that you, at that time, wished could be your crowd, like the cool kids, like the John Doe fans and Alan DeFranco fans and all that. I believe this is how you put it. Correct me if I'm wrong. That wasn't who was embracing you.
At the time, the people that were embracing me, and still do, you always want people that like the kind of music you like to be the type of people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the people that like my music, a lot of times, like music that I don't like. So it's not cool versus uncool. It's just like aligned tastes. Mm-hmm. So my fans like a lot of music that is good, but is not my kind of music.
Right.
And
can you describe that at all? Or?
Male singer-songwriter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't listen to a lot of you?
No. I don't like me.
Is there some Gavin DeGraw in your stereo?
I do not have any Gavin DeGraw.
Do you have any, who are other male singer-songwriters?
Just think penis and diary entries.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
John Mayer.
Oh, yes.
But again,
Right.
all good guys, Gavin,
Right.
John, but it isn't something that I gravitate towards.
Right.
In the music department.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
It's
Talk
so
about self-hatred.
Right.
This got deep.
I know.
All of a sudden, I just want to cry.
And then also, you are very funny and witty and wry, and I'm like a bad thesaurus today.
You were throwing out some awesome pugnacious.
Pugnacious.
Way to go.
Thank
That's
you.
That's a triple word score.
Thank you. Yeah, you're very funny, and on stage you're funny too. But your music is. Do you feel it's fair to say your music is earnest?
I would say that my music has yet to really reflect the full spectrum of who I am.
Can music reflect the full spectrum of who someone is?
I think so. I think when you hear Regina Spektor's songs, you kind of get a picture of who Regina Spektor is.
Right.
When you hear, you know what I'm saying? Like if it's done to the best of its ability, when music is done right, it has all the nooks and crannies and dynamic that you can see sort of like a reflection of the artist in it.
And you don't feel like yours does that?
No, I think it's got a partial reflection.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please ask Matt whether he is excited about coming to Europe and what kind of shows he will play.
I am
Thanks.
very excited. I'm going to play awesome shows, and it's going to change your life. Me. I'm going to shoot my urethra. You know how like Kesha and Katy Perry shoot whipped cream or sparklers out of their boobs?
Yes.
I've built this urethra cannon. And it shoots
good.
fireworks. And so when I play acoustic, it's like it's sort of like, I guess it's Cirque du Soleil meets singer-songwriter guy.
I feel like it would make flying difficult.
We ship it. We ship the contraption.
That's smart.
And then
That's just smart. It's just good thinking.
That's what you learn.
You've done this before.
That's what you learn.
Matt, he's married but often writes about heartbreak. Does he mine his past or friends for that content? Is that tough?
Heartbreak does not come hard to me. It's easy to go back to that.
Yes.
Yes.
Why is that? Is that because you are an emotional person? Is that because you have been scarred?
I'm not fully utilizing therapy to the extent that I should.
Are you still going to therapy?
Oh yeah. It's great.
But you don't feel like you're
I think I'm finally changing. I think I'm finally getting past the desperation guy. Mm-hmm. That guy.
Right, that guy.
I made like 7 or 8 records with that guy. I think I finally turned a corner.
Okay.
So I don't know if desperation's going to show up as much. How's that?
That's
Huh?
a bold proclamation.
Yeah.
Matt, any plans for I'm assuming this one's for you. Any plans for a clean shave in 2012?
It took me, I have this beard now, and it took shaving my whole body to grow my facial hair. You know what I'm saying? It's like damming a river.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like pruning.
It didn't grow until you get rid of it, and then it grows.
You just needed a place to come out?
Yeah.
Why did
it's
you
like
shave
a
your whole
Play-Doh
body?
fun factory when you jam up the front. It'll shoot out the side. It'll shoot out the seams. So no clean shave probably for 2012, and there has been more. I've been surprised at the amount of people who've
taken an interest in your facial hair?
wow.
Yeah.
Like and said like terrible, or awesome. When it first happened, you'd think I was a child abuser. Mm-hmm. You know,
People have strong opinions
There
about
was
everything.
burning crosses on my lawn and stuff.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, my
I do.
finely manicured lawn.
Did you really shave your whole body?
No.
Oh.
No. I was told in college that when you shave your special place as a dude, it comes back strong and angry, and I don't need that kind of situation.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, dude, it's a soft situation down there. You know what I mean? It's a blanket of mossy. It's a respite. It's a respite from the hard world.
For woodland creatures?
Yeah. You don't want to kill their habitat.
That'd be a nice service to provide.
Yeah, you don't want the beavers to run.
No.
By breaking up their dam. What?
I don't know. But you know what? Let's do Just Me or Everyone.
Okay.
Sometimes I ponder on something I have thought or done. Is it just me or everyone?
Okay.
Who wrote these songs?
Tom Rapp. He's one of my fans/friends.
R-A-P-P?
Yes, R-A-P-P.
Whoa.
Aren't they awesome?
They're
fun?
Yeah. They're exactly what you need.
I know.
It's like he wrote them for you.
I know. And see, we have a song called When Corinne Walks In. Originally, this show I did it on Ustream. And so I had a bunch of my New York friends who would come into different segments. And when my friend Corinne would come, there's this song, When Corinne Walks In, which I love, which I did not send to Gary. But what I like to do is, because I try to find purposes for this song, even when Corinne is not involved, I like to squish other people's names into the song. So I was thinking, when Matt Nathanson walks in, and I was going to try to do it with your
What if
name.
you and Corinne hit an iceberg in your friendship?
What if we did?
Yeah, what have you thought about that?
I'd have to change the name. I have to change the
But
song.
it sounds like it's easy to change.
We just squish it in.
But is Corinne still in there? Like, when Matt Nathan and Corinne walks in? Or does
I mean, if
Corinne
I
get
say it loud
removed?
enough, it could. I mean, no, it's...
Okay,
fine. I guess the bad idea. All right. DS gets annoyed when a cashier stacks change in your hand on top of a receipt on top of a stack of bills. Just me or everyone. I get annoyed at that as well.
When the fuck does that ever happen? That is the most... That's like when
That
the
always
sun
happens.
is shining in March.
Are you a
and there's
cashless
kid.
human being? When you've paid for cash, they always
I never
stick
use
the
cash.
bills. I actually don't very often either. But I remember they put the bills in your hand and they put the coins on top.
Yeah, that sounds annoying, but
Then
I
you
mean,
have like a change taco.
That's like saying, does it frustrate you when, I mean, I don't know, when your bomb shelter door doesn't open?
That would be
Like, do you know what I mean?
frustrating.
Like, that's from the 50s. Like, get over it. Don't use cash.
All right, I totally agree with Matt on this one, and I have a similar Just Me or Everyone to the caller.
Okay.
Or tweeter.
Twatter? I love twat.
If you've ever been to Europe, after returning from Europe, I get so pissed off at the coin structure in this country because it's so useless. Like, they have 3 and 5 pound coins, so it's like when you are leaving your hotel or whatever, you throw the coins in your pocket, whereas I would never do that leaving my house here.
Yeah.
Because why do I need 72 cents that's going to clank around all day? I can't buy anything with that.
I am like Johnny Appleseed with pennies. If penny trees grew, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just leave them on top of meters, throw them at kids.
Sometimes I throw them out.
Yeah, I mean, they're useless.
They are.
They're more expensive
Canada is phasing out its
than the
penny.
copper that they're printed on.
Yeah.
Whee.
Okay.
Next.
Cruising on a hot sunny day with the windows down. I pass gas, roll up the windows, and enjoy. Just me or everyone. That, while I appreciate the the love of your own farts. I don't do that. Do you guys do that?
This is a great game.
I know. Thank you.
My farts are powerful enough that when the windows are rolled down and the winds are at 80 to 90 knots,
you're still enjoying.
I still can get a good healthy dose. So I think you need to up your long-term carbohydrate intake, Stony Bromo.
Do you remember the Chino winds?
Yeah.
Yeah, it smelled like cow where we went to school.
Yeah.
Okay. When ending a phone call, I press end multiple times to ensure the call has properly ended in case I need to talk about the person. Yes, I don't actually go OCD on my phone, but I can relate to that concern.
Yeah, I can relate to it. I don't do it either, but I'm totally down with the just to make sure 3 or 4 times. Yeah. Like when you wash your hands 10 or 12 times after you've gone to the bathroom 10 or 12 times a day, right? I mean, everybody deals with that.
Exactly. Yes, because, yeah. Mm-hmm. For sure.
Like that dude from Double Dare.
Oh, my God. Mark Curry?
Mark Curry was the dude with
Is that his name?
with the Bon Jovi hair from MTV.
Oh, not Mark Curry. No, Adam Curry was that guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mark.
No, what was his name? Because now he hosts something on the Food Channel.
He really can't get away from things that are messy.
Right, exactly. Things that involve vats of mustard and whatnot. What's his name?
We'll get it. Let's move on and we'll get it.
Okay.
Mark Summers.
Mark
That's right.
Summers.
That's right. And he's on a show now.
Yeah, he's
But I
a famous
forget what it's
dude.
called.
He's a famous OCD.
He's like the Howie Mandel of...
Oh, Howie Mandel is OCD as well, yeah.
Yeah, super.
Yep.
Okay.
I respect that.
All right.
Moving on.
When buying books or magazines, I always take the third or fourth from the front to make sure I get a pristine copy.
Oh,
I have done that,
yeah,
yes.
I do that all the time. Number 1. Number 2, Eno head, which means that he's a Brian Eno fan. I'm assuming, unless he's... so Eno head, number 1, bravo on your choice of music. Number 2, yeah, man, that's the only way to live. I don't want someone's cracked open copy of Rolling Stone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't need that in my life. I want to be the one. I want its pristine fields to be plowed by only me.
That's right. When you open it, you want there to be tiny spots of blood on the spine. And then you'll upload that to Facebook. Okay. When riding shotgun, I sometimes imagine a little man running next to the car, jumping over obstacles. I love that, but I don't do that.
I used to do it when I was a kid with my hand. I would put my hand out the window, and as the wind blew it, I would like rise above the cars or the trees, that kind of thing. So yes, if you call your hand your little man, then yes, like my little man is going to satisfy me right now. And that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Yeah. So yes, I relate in a weird offhanded way, little man-handed way.
Okay. Staring wistfully out rainy window of train, listening to sad song, pretending I'm a character in a movie, post-dramatic event. Yes, not on the train, but I definitely... Oh, no, you know what? When I lived in New York, whenever I would be taking a car to the airport, I would always have that moment where I would sort of see myself leaning my head against the window in the back of the car, staring at New York, being melodramatic. So yes, that is me as well.
My narcissism doesn't extend that far.
What does that mean?
Or in that direction.
You can't get outside of yourself?
Where you see yourself in a movie? Yeah,
it
no,
doesn't
that's
extend
not
that far?
No. I never.
I find that hard to believe.
I'm serious. No. And I also never thought I wanted to like enter a song, like a talent show and win big. I come from blue collar stock. You know what I'm saying? You got to work for it. If you're going to be in a movie, don't dream it. Write it.
Oh my God, that's so inspirational.
Hold on, put that on your iPad.
Okay.
Put that in your iPad and smoke it.
Wait, you never had these kind of fantasies?
Maybe when I was like 6 and I was like, I wanted to be in Kiss. But after that, it was like, fuck this wishing.
You're just going to do it?
Let's do it. Yeah. Come on.
Do you ever have crippling self-doubt that the rest of us have?
Crippling self-doubt? Yeah, it's like what I call good morning.
Okay,
good morning.
Good.
Yeah, crippling self-doubt.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I love that guy.
Work in a large office. Smile when passing strangers except for pretty girls because I don't want them to think I am creepy.
For me, the creepy thing usually shows up when I'm like touching their skirt when they're sitting at lunch and
But
they don't
not
know
smiling?
me. Yeah, or not looking at them in the eye. Just reaching over and being like, I like your skirt. That usually creeps them out more than smiling at them.
Gary?
I've thought that. I've heard that thought in my head before, but I always
Gary,
push it down.
Gary puts the crunchy sock that he's masturbated in right on the table in front of them, and he's like, "You like my statue?" And that's pretty fucking spooky.
Yeah.
Let's be straight.
Right. But whether he smiles or not,
Yeah.
it's not.
You like the shape? It's pretty shape.
Well, now going to boarding school, that must have made those rites of passages easier.
Oh, dude, nothing is easy in boarding school.
That's true.
It's like one big fucking beatdown. It's like you have most of the teachers, although I had some extraordinary teachers, but most of the teachers are like fucking convicts who couldn't get hired in real schools. And so they would like play one-on-one basketball with like fifth graders and be like, I faced you, man. I faced you. It's like, you're 29. I'm 9. Like, so yeah, no, it was terrible. But that said, look at the character, strong, the oxen of a man I am before you today.
And I am.
The babe the blue oxen.
What does face do you mean? Because when I was in school,
Like-
we used to say face, and then there was a gesture that went with it,
Yeah,
which
like
will really
hand
come
to face.
No, it was different, and this will come alive for the listeners. It was like face, and it was where you take your hand and sort of make a claw thing, and then like scratch down your face.
Whoa, that's
See, Gary, you had this too. It was location specific then.
Are you you're Orange County? That's
Yeah,
it.
we're saying-
what that means
yeah.
is it means bankrupt, like you're pulling it down from the like Orange County. You don't have any money and so you're like bankrupt. That's sadness
Oh.
over being a bankrupt.
Is it pulling out
place.
the facial implants? Because there's a lot of plastic surgery in Orange
Yes!
County. Face removal of Botox.
Yes, let's take this out and then overspend on roads.
Yeah. On the toll road.
Yeah.
I thought it was like, no, they would also say facial.
What?
Did you hear that one too?
Let's be honest.
Yeah, I did.
I'd like.
Was it porn? What the hell
yeah,
was that?
I'd raise my hand here. There's a couple things I'd like to take back. I'm a fan of porn, but a couple words that I'd like to take back. Facial being one of them, because that
Okay.
just sucks. If you have to go. If myself, I was in Canada over the summer, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go get my face steamed, and the only way to say it is like, I'd like a facial.
Yeah, it's funny.
Also, load, like
Yeah.
load. You need load in a couple other instances,
Such
and every
as?
time I say it, just drop the load here. Do you know what I'm saying? You're,
Where would you like me to put this load?
yeah. Where are we dropping the load? And it's like, ugh. So yeah, load, facial. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Doug Benson wanted to let the middle finger out of what he feels we as a culture have put it into a middle finger jail.
The shackle.
Yeah.
We've shackled the middle finger.
Right.
What else would you use? Well, I mean, okay, moving on.
Okay. Is it just me, but how can people at the gym expect to get any health benefits while reading a book on the treadmill?
I don't ever really understand that. There's a certain level of laziness. It's throughout everybody's. I mean, it's America's thing. And when it extends to exercise, it blows my mind. People like on the treadmill, kind of pedaling, but like deeply involved in a Judy Blume, or like a, I don't know, a Dennis Lehane novel. I don't get it. You're there to sweat and get out of there. Cut it out. Barely getting your heart rate up is not helping anyone. Not to mention, I need the Stairmaster.
Yeah. Well, I am someone who got to the point where I would sit on the recumbent bike. So already it's like I not only do I not want to sit, I don't want to even sit up.
I have one of you at my gym.
Okay. I haven't done this in a long time.
He's 70.
And then I decided to write blog posts on my BlackBerry. This is how long ago it was. It was a different phone entirely.
You're like I used to play Atari 2600 when I was running. I used to do real well at Pitfall on the
These jokes would be going a lot better if Allison had any idea what you were talking about.
That's right.
We're laughing in the control room.
Let them be my
the
laughter.
Nintendo 64.
They're my laughter.
Yeah, that's an emotional statement.
Yeah.
You are my laughter.
But to be fair to me, this would be at the end of the workout when it was really just the cool down.
Yeah, that's 4 minutes. What kind of blog do you write in 4 minutes?
A really funny one about me being at the gym. No, I was aware I was fooling myself at that point. Okay. When I use the bathroom in others' houses, I change the toilet paper roll so it hangs to the outside the right way. No, I don't do that.
This thing should just be called OCD. Like,
Yeah.
send your questions. Do you OCD?
Right.
Like, who the fuck turns the person's toilet paper around? Get over it.
No,
Jam
in
that shit in
fact-
there, get that shit out of there, and go hang with your friends.
And see how fun they are?
Yeah, I
and
love
in
this.
fact, my boyfriend is a toilet paper roll
What?
on the
Your boyfriend is a toilet?
Okay, you have no idea how funny that is,
That is
actually.
awesome.
Considering some old stories on this show.
Oh, boy. Did you poop on him?
No.
That's totally...
I
You pee on him.
accidentally clogged my boyfriend's toilet early into the relationship, and I didn't. And I had to talk about it on air because I was so mortified. Because
my
I
God.
felt like even though we have a very loving and accepting relationship, oh God, what's going to happen now? Because can a man love a woman who could do that?
Are you kidding? That you're strong stock. And then, not to mention that I won't say it on this particular show,
You
but next
can.
time I come in, remind me to tell you about my experience clogging a toilet in New York City.
Oh, come on.
No, it's too long a story. It's too involved. We have way too much stuff to get to.
All right, fine.
It's something for later. I'm not going to give you everything in this relationship right now.
You're withholding.
You'll end up clogging my toilet.
All right. So anyway, he likes the toilet paper roll to go to the outside, and I went through a phase where I felt it should be on the underside because I feel it's easier to rip. So, and at his place, when I would replace the toilet paper frequently, I would put it on the outside.
Because you blew that shit up frequently. You go in and clog that.
I was making a joke at my own expense.
Oh, you were okay.
I'm not too big to laugh at myself. Anyway, I would even do it the way he liked it. The toilet paper.
Yeah, I've never noticed
what I'm
what way
saying.
the toilet paper hangs.
Oh, really?
And I have some pretty whacked out kind of obsessive things.
What
and
are
I've
they?
never once thought. So I have a weird thing on stage where I can't have any cables or anything under my feet. So like if the set list is put too close to me, I have to kick it.
Uh-huh.
If they've run mic cables underneath, it throws my whole. If there's a seam in the stage, I can't do it.
Why?
And that's just like a palatable version of one of my weird things, you know?
But why is that? Are you afraid you'll trip, or is it?
I don't know if there's a fear. It's more of an annoying, like this sense of like imbalance.
Yeah.
Yeah, but toilet paper I've never thought about.
In my bathroom, the hairdryer cord is just always at my feet, and it drives me nuts.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
Exactly.
It's as
When
if
I'm
you're performing
in my bathroom.
in your bathroom.
Some would say I do.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh boy.
Gamefly. This relates to what you guys are talking about the jokes that I would have laughed at if I knew more about video games. But you know what I know about? Video game rental services that are like Netflix for video games. So Gamefly, which is awesome, is a video game rental system that delivers to your door and now directly to your PC. They have over 8,000 games, including new titles like Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3, Batman Arkham City, and The Elder Scrolls. Delivery right to your home, no late or shipping fees. And my listeners, that's you guys, get a free 15-day trial. So go to gamefly.com/Rosen, gamefly.com/Rosen. And
Dude,
also,
that's great.
thank you. And also, if you're going to be buying something on Amazon, which you know you are because everyone buys stuff
I
on Amazon.
I just did.
But you did not click through the banner on my website, did you? No, because it makes it so that it doesn't cost anything more. But then this show gets a few dollars, and then we can buy toilet paper. So next time, do that.
I'm going to go jam that toilet. I'm going to show it who's the boss. Tony Danza.
Is your new album available on Amazon?
Yeah, why don't you click through the...
Please click through the banner on my site,
Click through the banner on
AlisonRosen.com.
AlisonRosen.com. You have your own website? Look
Yes,
how far
I do.
we've come.
I know.
Back in the day,
I didn't have...
you were just blowing off my show. Now you've got your own
That's not true.
site.
That's so not true.
Oh, that's great.
You have your own site, MattNathanson.com.
I've heard.
And people can tweet you at Matt Nathanson.
Yeah, I'm everywhere Matt Nathanson is. I'm
But you had to
Matt
like kill
Nathanson.
some other Matt Nathanson to get Matt Nathanson on Twitter, didn't you?
I ate his essence.
Are you now like two Matts?
I'm one big stronger Matt. He tasted like defeat.
But really, you used to have an underscore, and you were able to shed your underscore.
Yeah, what's great about my life is that people just email me and say, "You can we're changing your Twitter name now to Matt Nathanson without the underscore."
Oh, like you're a whole team of people
Whereas-
who loofah you
yeah.
and also take a percentage of your
Yeah,
earnings,
yeah.
worked on this for days and days and days.
Yes, and at first they said, "You can't be Matt Nathanson. You have to be Matt _Nathanson." Then the same people emailed me and said, "You're now Matt Nathanson."
Were you happy?
You have no idea.
Because you seem like someone who's sort of distrustful and wary of technology in general.
Whoa.
Social networking.
Did you just see into my soul?
Yes.
SOLE.
Yes. I'm staring at your foot.
Yeah, no, I don't. I think technology's cool.
But I mean social media and stuff.
I like it, but I'm cagey.
Yeah.
I don't like people that have, like, I like relationships where people actually like. I like the human collision, which brings. That's what my record's about.
Colliding.
Modern love. It's about where does the amazing, sort of like molten, messy parts of human beings exist in a time when everything is so, distanced and
well, we've come up with all sorts of ways to avoid really engaging.
Yeah, and I think engaging is what makes life the best. So for me, social networking is not like, I don't like post pictures of my life and be like, look at I just don't do that. Mm-hmm. And I don't understand why people do. Although I can appreciate when I see like a pic, but I'd much rather have like see the person or.
Is there any part of you that avoids interactions and conflict and all that messy stuff though? Because I think a lot of the people that no.
I like conflict. People say like passive aggressive. I'm like straight up aggressive.
No.
Yeah, I'm the guy that like 9 times out of 10, and this is the truth, if there's like a bar fight or something going on, I'll walk towards the problem. I don't know why, but it's fucking fascinating. If there's like a dude outside yelling or whatever, it's like I'm the guy that walks to the other side of the street. My wife likes to now, she steers me away from conflict before I even recognize that it's happening.
That's smart.
And so all of a sudden I'll be like halfway down the street and I'll go, oh, did I avoided that dude back there? And she's like, yep, keep walking. She oftentimes says to me, keep walking. Shut your mouth there. Come on.
Okay. Well, so then when you get negative tweets, which I'm sure, I feel like everyone who has a certain number of followers gets that shit.
Yeah. Today it pissed me off for some reason. I don't think I'd eaten yet when that douchebag sent me a tweet. So I was hangry. So it showed up and I was like, and it wasn't even smart. It was just kind of like.
No, it was just taking a shot.
And I don't like when people say like, is he as big a dickhead as I think? Like, what the fuck? I don't know what you think. I think you're an idiot. Like, I like confrontation and I like myself and other people to be accountable for what they do. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to call someone a fucking prick, come fucking call me a prick to my face and let me have the opportunity to beat you.
But do you usually respond to it?
No. This morning I was so effortless. It felt so good.
Yeah.
The food hadn't gotten there yet.
Right. So normally you ignore it? Or
yeah,
see,
you
that's
ignore
I've talked about this on
depends
myriad
on how I'm
shows
feeling.
before, how I feel like I should just ignore it, and it's like it's really like 0.01% of people, but it just still sits in my head and kind of gnaws at me.
For me, it's very rare that I engage it, and it just depends on how I'm feeling. If I'm feeling kind of taxed and really bent and sort of tired and in a bad mood,
mm-hmm.
it really affects me, like everybody. But if I'm feeling kind of in the zone and like living life, it doesn't really matter.
Right. This guy wrote a tweet last night, which really wasn't that bad, although I could tell like this is someone who's probably not quite aware how their words are coming off. And then I looked at his timeline and there was just all these shitty things he had written to people. Like to Bethany, whatever you think of Bethany, it was like your jaw's all wide and fucked up. Like, what's wrong with you? And just.
Who's Bethany?
Oh, yeah, I guess you wouldn't know. From Real Housewives of New York.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I guess my whole point is this person is talking about,
well, so I wrote to him.
Why? His life is already a prison.
I know. I know. That's the thing, is that I've never done this before. I direct messaged him and I was like, I read a bunch of your tweets. Some of them are really cruel. Real people read this stuff, just an observation. And then I'm like, what am I doing? Am I going to police the internet?
Yeah, you can't.
I would if I could.
That's what we call it. No. We call it world police.
Who's the we? Is this in some recovery group?
No, but this is the thing. You become world police and you want to sort of teach people a lesson.
I know.
Nobody wants to learn and nobody ever does.
I know.
So the only way to teach them is either to beat them with their own appendages.
I wish I could do that.
And then they don't really learn then either. Or you just ignore them. Because most people just want attention because they think that attention is actually what matters.
I know. It's insane that I'm getting upset over what people are saying. Oh, but it is what matters. It's insane that I'm getting upset over what people are saying to other people.
Did you just get possessed?
I was just kidding.
That was your it matters a lot.
I was just kidding. No, I just think that people forget that real human beings read this shit. And yes, you can be like, that person's on TV or that person has $1 bazillion, so it shouldn't matter. But it's like nothing no matter how much fame or money or whatever you think this person has, there's still something vulnerable and probably broken about them if they're pursuing a career in entertainment anyway. And it's just like, why put that kind of energy into the world? Why be a total prick? Why ruin someone else's day, even if you don't know them?
Well, the thing is like, it's up to those people to rise above not having their day ruined by somebody that's a douche.
I know.
And more importantly, it doesn't really matter because it's just words, and most people really use only a portion of their fucking brains, and they don't try, and they're lazy, and they don't care. So it just doesn't matter.
I know.
You gotta let it go.
I know.
You gotta let it go.
I wish I know. Okay, thanks. That was. You're right. You are right.
They're not worth it.
Speaking of, feel free to leave iTunes comments about this show and rate this episode highly if you enjoyed
I
it.
love. My favorite is reading YouTube comments, which I stopped doing
Those
years
are
ago.
awful.
Oh my God! You'd think that I came out and raped a on fire animal while like punching a baby in the face when like a new video
When you did
comes
none
out.
of that.
The whole thing's awesome. People are just like really hungry to be paid attention to. Like, it's wild. That's why I think society is that's why it's such a bummer that politically we're so divided, and then as a culture that we're looking outward from ourselves onto other people's lives to figure out how to exist and be satisfied. Like, people watch other people's lives on reality television and they're like, that's what I want.
Yeah.
Instead of, I am what I want.
Yeah.
It's too bad.
People probably look at you and think that's what they want.
And people should just want to be their own weird, fucked up selves, because that's the best
Right.
part.
Right. You don't need a team of people to loofah you. I mean, you do, but they don't.
I've just got bad calluses.
Understand. You want to remain supple.
I need to. In this life, it's the only way to swim.
Well, we're going to play a song off of your new album that came out last year, Modern Love. Tell us a little about this song, won't you?
Yeah, we're playing Room at the End of the World. It's about being in love.
Well, Matt, okay. Well, then I'm going to say goodbye to you, and then we're going to play the song.
Okay.
So thank you so much for doing this.
Thanks for hanging out.
Is there anything else that you would like to tell my listeners?
No. No, this is great. This is totally... I do this all the time. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you, too.
No, let's just not be an occasional reach out anymore.
Let's not.
No. Come clog my toilet at home.
Okay, but what kind of toilet do you have? Is it like a wood seat? I've never actually tried to find out ahead of time what's
rules.
going on.
Those ones can be damaging.
I know.
If you have a split in the wood.
Yes. Yeah, you don't want to sit on a splinter.
No, I've definitely gotten a hickey on my tush.
A butt hickey. But I mean, do you have like,
That's
is
a good name
it
for a
like a
band.
perfectly round thing, or is it
Mine's
sort of
slightly
oblong?
Mine is
What's
like
going on? Is there a cozy on it?
Where do you shit?
People's grandma's houses?
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know.
No, mine's ergonomically correct, and it'll
Okay.
help. It'll help. It helps the flow.
Sold!
Yeah, come on over.
I can't wait. Thank you. You guys heard that offer.
I want you to. Do you know what we call it? Is I can't tell this story, can I?
Yeah. Yeah, you can.
We call it durning the bowl
Is there someone named Dern?
because somebody that I can't mention was on a late night show with Laura Dern, and they went into the bathroom after her, and she had blown it up. Or no, he blew it up. That's what happened. This person in this band blew up the toilet right before Laura Dern went in, and so they call it durning. Instead of like destroy, just like I just durned the shit out of that bathroom.
See, that is the new thumb dick.
Yeah,
It's in there.
when you say like right after this podcast is done, I'm gonna durn that up. I'm gonna durn it up.
I like
in there.
it. It sounds disgusting.
Yeah, it does.
Disgustingly gamey.
Gamey is a great
Kind
word.
of. And meaty and musky.
Yeah, meaty muskies. You are a thesaurus.
Thank you. All right, thank you guys so much for listening. So you can follow Matt at Matt Nathanson. You can follow, I said your name weird. It sounds like Matt.
You can follow
Matt
it. Meow,
Nathanson.
meow,
You can follow me at Alison Rosen. You can follow the show's Twitter feed at ARIYNBF. That's Alison Rosen's your new best friend. I'm all over Facebook. I've got like 16 faces. I don't, but I've got a bunch, and you can go follow the show's Facebook page.
I'm gonna go.
Mine.
I'm gonna go from Matt Nathanson Facebook to your face. Yeah.
I don't even know what that means, but do it.
Yeah. Bring it.
Yeah.
Your face.
Okay. Thanks, Gary, and thanks to the listeners.
Thanks, sweet Gary.
You're welcome, guys. Thank you.
All right. Bye, everyone. Bye. Bye. You got to say bye, kind of like your special. Bye.
Okay, bye, everybody. Bye.
Drunks singing Sinatra loud. I let go of love once it finally had me figured out. I was buried like treasure, but no one ever came to mark the spot. So I got good at pleasure and started tying tighter knots. And sad can't catch me or call me baby now, when it's all I used to believe. If the sun don't light and the night won't turn, we'll get a room at the end of the world, and we'll rewrite all the wrongs we learned, safe in our room at the end of the world. These streets are haunted with ghosts who wait on luck to come. And they sleep with hornets and they wonder why they wake up stung. Sad can't catch me or call me baby now. Oh, now, when it's all I used to believe. If the sun don't light and the night won't turn, we'll get a room at the end of the world, and we'll rewrite all the wrongs we learned, safe in our room at the end of the world. One heart is never enough alone. One heart is never enough alone. Come on, come on, come on and you dance with me, love. Oh, come on. So just come on and dance with me, love. 'Cause I need it, yeah, I need it now. I can see it, I believe it. If the sun don't light and the night won't turn, we'll get a room at the end of the world, and we'll rewrite all the wrongs we learned, safe in our room. We'll be safe in our room at the end of the world.
Ace Broadcasting Network.